We are continuing to watch some strong storms moving across the region. Meteorologist Evan Hatter continues our severe weather alert day coverage. Evan.
That's right, Steve. The good news at this time, no warnings in effect for the region. Our last severe thunderstorm warning just expired at the top of the hour. However, the potential still remains for damaging, or not so much damaging winds, but winds in excess of 40 miles per hour as that storm continues to push to the east. I-75 in London, it's been a messy one, a messy commute so far as we continue to see potentially heavy rain pushing through the area. And finally starting to clear out as we head over toward Laurel County, where it hasn't rained yet. Downtown Whitesburg sitting at 74. You'll notice that dew point of 56. That'll be juicy enough this time of year to get the possibility of severe weather going. We do have a tornado watch in effect for Campbell and Claiborne counties in East Tennessee. The watch only comes up to the Tennessee border. The main threat is going to be south of the Tennessee border, but did want to mention that. Like I said, the good news, we are out of warnings. Severe thunderstorm warnings expired. However, still strong thunderstorms moving through far northern Perry County. Will be on over the Buckhorn community here before too long, and even further to the south. We're going to continue watching a storm pushing on through portions of Knox County right now as well. Everything here pushing off to the east as we head through the evening hours. We'll continue to watch the potential for damaging winds, heavy rain, and can't never rule out an isolated tornado in a scenario like this. And then behind it, we drop 15 to 20 degrees. I'll have the latest on our severe weather threat and when even colder air moves in coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Governor Andy Beshear vetoed a bill late today to ban transgender girls from girls' sports in Kentucky. Supporters said Senate Bill 83 protects girls' sports by making sure they have a fair chance to succeed. The ACLU and Fairness Campaign said it's not necessary, violates Title IX, and will jeopardize students' mental health. The House passed the bill on a 70-23 vote, and the Senate sent it to the governor's desk with a 26-9 vote. A simple majority is needed to override a gubernatorial veto. KSP troopers are investigating an early morning crash on US 119 in Letcher County. We have learned 2 people died, the driver and a passenger. WYMT's Dakota Makris reports.
A little after 8 o'clock Wednesday morning, troopers received a call of a single truck crash on US 119 on Pine Mountain in Letcher County. The crash closed a section of the road for several hours.
A tractor trailer who was hauling logs traveled northbound, failed a negotiated curve, causing that vehicle to overturn and stop.
Troopers say 2 people, the driver and passenger, were killed.
Neither driver or passenger were restrained in the vehicle at the time of the collision.
The exact cause of what made the truck lose control around the curve is under investigation.
Lots of different investigations like this take some time. It could be anywhere from a couple weeks to several months.
The road opened around 12:30 Wednesday afternoon. In Letcher County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
We are expecting Kentucky State Police to release more details and the names of those involved soon. We'll, of course, keep you updated. Laurel County Sheriff's deputies reported the arrest of a man following a drug investigation and foot chase. We're told deputies were investigating a drug complaint when they saw Brandon L. Carr, who they believe was involved. The suspect tried to run when deputies approached him and dropped a black box while trying to escape. After a short foot chase, the deputy was able to catch the suspect and took him into custody following a struggle. Carr was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. What started out as a mysterious substance causing foam to form along Cedar Brook in Anderson County has been solved this evening. Kentucky Energy and Environment Cabinet officials say dog shampoo from Glomar Pet Products Incorporated entered a drain that poured into Cedar Brook. Leftover residue then continued the problem through today.
The creek's been rising. It may be bringing some of the foam landed on the banks. It was just everywhere. It was unbelievable. And so maybe it's bringing some of that residue down. Our mayor was notified, put the water system treatment plant, the sewer treatment plants all on alert. Like I said, everyone's been responded very well. Couldn't ask for a better response.
While Robinson says there was a quick response, he's still very concerned for the ecosystem within the creek. Officials with the Energy and Environment Cabinet say, fortunately, the dog shampoo is not toxic, so there should not be an impact on wildlife. Church and city officials in Jenkins are hosting a prayer vigil for Ukrainians this evening. The vigil began at 5:30, and priests from area churches are offering prayer and music in support of those suffering as a result of the war. Organizers told us they were moved by the horrific images coming out of the war-torn country during the weekend and felt compelled to do something to show support. Jenkins native Wendell Boggs is there to offer opening remarks.
I feel so sorry for those people of Ukraine who 30 years ago got their independence and decided to be a democracy. And that made some of the people in the world angry because they were so successful.
Earlier, we told you how the city is showing support for Ukraine with flags along Main Street. Organizers of the Vigil hope to march under those flags later this evening. We'll have more coverage of that tonight at 11. From World War II to famous feuds, the Big Sandy Heritage Center Museum in Pike County has a bit of everything when it comes to the region's storied past. WYMT's Jordan Mullins is in Pikeville, where museum and city officials are excited about the museum's official reopening this weekend.
The Big Sandy has a rich history, and the Big Sandy Heritage Center Museum has a bit of everything. From more than 500-year-old Native American jewelry to the complete history of the Hatfield-McCoy feud.
Pikeville, Pike County has a very vibrant history with the Hatfield-McCoys, with their coal mining heritage, music heritage. There's a whole range of things to talk about.
But the museum struggled during the pandemic, closing its doors for some time but remaining semi-open for appointments and the occasional tour.
We've probably done pretty fair on individual attendance. Where we've lost during the pandemic is on tours. We get several bus tours usually come through.
Starting April 10th, the museum will be officially reopening and returning to pre-pandemic hours, much to the delight of city and museum officials, allowing tourists to come in and learn about the region's history.
It's really important to have a place that all of that material is located. There's people there that can answer your questions. There's exhibits that kind of walk you through the history of it.
While locals and young people can come and celebrate their roots.
I think it's very important. That's something I think people need to learn, especially the younger generation, is that we have a history, that we have a heritage.
Remembering, celebrating, and building upon the heritage of Eastern Kentucky. In Pikeville, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Hatcher says it's important for people to learn our history and respect our heritage. Casey's Law was recently strengthened by the state legislature, and addiction recovery care officials are happy to see the change. The General Assembly passed the bill and Governor Beshear swiftly signed it into law. Casey's Law, which originally passed in the state legislature in 2004, allows friends or family of someone struggling with drugs or alcohol addiction to intervene and request court-ordered treatment. Officials with ARC say the changes will allow those who are addicted to be helped prior to losing their lives to addiction.
And that's important because usually in our world, we see people after they've already destroyed their lives. I think that the great thing about Casey's Law is it allows you to hopefully keep them from totally crashing their lives.
Gay also said Casey's Law has helped around 6,000 Kentuckians since 2004 and is glad the law is being strengthened. Drivers who use Kentucky 3332, also known as Pine Grove Road in Lee County, will need to plan for a longer drive beginning April 18th in order to install a new box culvert at Long Branch and for other work associated with the reconstruction of Kentucky 11. The road will be closed at the Kentucky 11 intersection. Work is expected to last 30 days but may be extended if weather hampers the construction efforts. Drivers can use Kentucky 11 and Cottle Road as an alternate route. A signed detour will be posted. Fewer than 250 vehicles use this section of Kentucky 3332 each day. West Virginia's highway cleanup event is set for this month, and the State Department of Environmental Protection is taking registrations. People and organizations can register to pick up trash on state maintained roads. The Adopt a Highway program provides garbage bags, work gloves, and safety vests for workers. Volunteers must be at least 12 years old, and registration is required by April 15th. The event will take place on April 23rd. The Appalachian Arts and Entertainment Awards, or APPEs, are hitting the Mountain Arts Center stage this weekend in Prestonsburg. The second award show kicks off in the mountains Saturday, bringing people from across the region to the first in-person event. Organizers have been preparing for months and are putting the finishing touches on the MAC this week, anxious to see the space full of life as they celebrate Appalachian talent Saturday night.
And that's important because usually in our world, we see people after they've already destroyed their lives. I think that the great thing about Casey's Law is it allows you to hopefully keep them from totally crashing their lives.
That was obviously the wrong soundbite there. The show kicks off Saturday at 7 p.m. The Appies, and it will be recorded for a later broadcast. But if you want to see the celebration in person, tickets are still available for the event, which will include a red carpet celebration and more.
Storms continue to push through the region. The very latest coming up right after the break. Don't go away.
And the trails of Prestonsburg were busy today as folks turned out for National Walking Day.